Sup, you fucking pieces of shit. Welcome to our beautiful Airbnb in Rockwood, Pennsylvania. Ya boys are here for the Total Archery Challenge 2022. We got the guillotine, Rambo, and the Tower of Power coming back at ya.
Well, thank you for that illustrious intro.
Did you like that? That was right off the rip, son.
I loved it.
Right off the top of my head.
It's off the hip.
Feels good to be heard.
Shoo-wee.
That's our Wi-Fi password. If
Yeah,
anybody
if you
wants
guys
to
want
know.
it. There
On
it
that
is.
welcome sign behind us, if you're watching on video.
Yeah, if you're ever in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania, shooting a Total Archery Challenge, we've got the Wi-Fi password for you.
This place is nice, but it's kind of a dump at the same time.
Yeah, it's
Not
nice.
the Airbnb.
It's like remember the cup from Raiders of the Lost Ark with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And the cup was on the outside was wood, and then on the inside it was gold. That's this place.
That was a good reference.
That's this place.
Love that.
On the outside, it's like this place looks like a shithole, and then you get in here and it's like, well, that's a nice little spot.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can't find a place that serves food and beer at the same time.
Yeah.
You got to go different areas.
But we just left the Legion, and you can smoke darts in the fucking bar, which is pretty cool.
That's a thing in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a cigarette machine in there. and
Sick.
It was pretty,
That was pretty
I
cool.
felt like we stepped back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And naturally, we had to indulge and,
Of course. I mean,
you know, dive into that cigarette machine and smoke some cigarettes in the bar. Felt great. I haven't been in a bar where you could smoke in ages.
can't do that in Maryland nor Delaware.
No.
No.
South Carolina, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it in Pennsylvania, you can do it in Virginia, West
Yeah.
Virginia. I don't know about Virginia.
Felt like America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt good, man.
Felt good.
Yeah, it was like this is fucking freedom.
I had the fucking ashtray in the fucking middle of the table,
Oh,
dude. It was
yes.
a good fucking time. And you kids out there, don't smoke.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're not endorsing smoking on this podcast.
That's pretty cool.
But if you get a chance to fucking buy cigarettes out of a cigarette machine with your friends and drink beers, buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
But we're not endorsing
yeah.
smoking anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I only smoke when I drink.
yeah,
I drink,
Well,
all,
yeah.
I drink all the time. So.
I drink a lot.
Oh, man.
So, what course did you guys shoot today?
Sitka.
Sitka course at the Seven Springs Total Archery Challenge. What's you guys' overall review of the Sitka course? What do you guys think compared to the?
You give your piece, and I'll give my piece.
Course layout, everything like that. I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Really, it was that good?
Compared to Yeti last year, which is now the Black Rifle Coffee Company course, was a fucking 2 in my book.
Really?
Yeah. But
See, I mean, we had fun at the Yeti, though.
oh, of course it was fun, but looking back to what we just did today, what me and Jeremy did today, because you just got here.
Yeah.
Well, didn't just get here, but you didn't shoot a course. Looking back, comparing the two, Yeti was a 2 out of 10, and Sitka was a 10 out of 10.
Wow,
No doubt.
that good, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what were most of the targets on the Sitka course? Were they like large
I would-
game,
I would-
small game, a variation?
Well, yardage, we'll start yardage. I would say 60 to 80. Fair?
Yeah.
60 to 80 yards. And I would say one thing I liked about the Sitka course was your 100-yard shots, I did use the larger 3D targets, the life-size 3D targets, which is a plus for me. I love that. The 100-yard shot is difficult enough. Having the larger size targets to shoot at
Makes you feel a little better.
makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
More room for error.
I agree.
But for me, yeah, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah. We were mainly shooting at bighorn sheep as the target of choice.
For the Sitka course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't switch it up more.
No, yeah.
But, you know, hey, foam's foam, you know.
I think that's why the Sitka is like, it's when you look at it online, I was like, this course is engineered for requirements of the gear, and I was like, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
Like you can't wear Sitka in Maryland?
I don't know what that meant, but maybe it was the sheep.
It was all goats. I wouldn't say all goats.
Not all, but-
mainly goats.
Yeah.
Half the course was goats.
What do we have? 1 elk, 1 caribou, and then the rest is bighorn sheep and white mountain goat.
That's still cool.
Yeah, no,
But to me, and I'm not getting wrapped up in what type of animal we're shooting at. I get 3D shooting at those yardages. I get tied up in the size of what you're shooting at. And I felt that the Sitka course was fair.
Yeah.
There was a couple mini. We had one mini moose and one mini caribou, and those.
What was the fucking one I whiffed on?
I don't remember.
The fucking thing in the shadows.
Oh, that was a fallow deer.
Yeah, that was. You got me on that one.
That was a mini fallow.
Tack.
Well, I wouldn't say a mini fallow deer, but it was a small fallow
Yeah,
deer.
but outside of that, man, I felt that the targets were sized correctly for the yardages.
Yeah. And you guys only lost a couple arrows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost way too many.
You lost 4, right?
I should have lost 4.
Yeah, I
But
lost.
I recovered 2.
I lost 4 once I found out that my rangefinder was way off. Fired that fucking thing in the garbage halfway through the course.
And I have a video of that, and we will get that uploaded so everyone can enjoy John throwing his rangefinder in the trash on the course.
I replaced. It just went wonky on me. I replaced the fucking battery, and it still didn't fix it. So we got to the halfway through, took the battery out, fired it right in the fucking garbage. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, well, that's cheap shit, man. But
We say it all the time.
It worked for you for a while, though. It did.
Well, it was good 40 and in.
It's just what a terrible time to go bad.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with you. It doesn't fit your archery lifestyle.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like as much as you hunt, like you should have a nice rangefinder.
And as much as we shoot past 60.
Yeah, you need a good rangefinder.
Yeah. So sorry, dear. I'm buying a new rangefinder.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like what I said. Like sometimes I think you throwing that away was your way of forcing yourself to have to buy a new one.
Yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. And like we've said 100,000 times, buy right
Or buy twice.
or buy twice.
Yeah.
And now I got to buy twice. When if I would have just bought right in the beginning, I'd have saved myself some cash.
If that was a Vortex rangefinder, you could send them an email and send that one back, or they just send you a fucking new one.
And you told me when you threw it away, you're like, I spent $80 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, $120 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Got what you want.
I dialed into your rangefinder, and I was 5 yards under whatever your yardage
But
was.
you went from shoddy shooting the first 10 to, okay, I got this figured out where my yardages are at. I'm syncing up with you. You synced up with me. You figured out where you were off, and you shot lights out the rest of the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel good about the back half. The front half, shoo-wee, that was rough.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
You look like you got a little sun today. Was it sunny out there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was
just
a
white
lot.
trash.
Yeah, 100%.
I did get
But
some sun
yeah,
today.
there were there was a couple shots out there out in the open.
I'd say it was half and half. Half was in the woods and half was outside.
And
the
you
woods.
enjoyed the more woodland shots, right?
Man, I like them all.
I like
man,
that
really.
tall grass. I love those tall grass shots, those long range shots.
I love those long bombs, man.
Those long bombs. Just in the tall grass, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Love it.
I was enjoying the practice course while you guys were shooting. I was
We
there for
felt
a
so
while.
bad.
So we talked about you the whole goddamn course. We were like, that's God, poor
3
Seth.
hours.
Yeah, well, it was cool. I walked around. I shooting shit with some people. The guy from the Hoyt tent. I can't remember the name of the saddle place that I went and tried to saddle out. It's
Tethered?
Real. No, it wasn't tethered. It was like something else.
No?
Real nice chick there. She was running the booth.
Really? Want to elaborate more on that? Or you want to leave listeners hanging on that?
Yeah, she was a nice lady. you know,
Okay.
very nice
Yeah,
chick.
very nice woman.
And
Those harnesses get tight.
yeah, they do get tight. Yeah, but
Out of nowhere.
you gotta adjust. you know, they are cool. They're good saddle.
Well, Tethered has that. You can get up in their saddle on the practice range and shoot your bow. Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that. I just tried. I tried the saddle on and I climbed like the little fake tree that she had set up, and that was cool. I was like, "You want to climb mine?"
Climb my tree, baby.
She told me to take the saddle off and get fucked, but it was cool. It was
Sir,
fun.
sir,
I'm gonna need you.
you.
I'm gonna need you to give my equipment back and get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
Nah, it was cool. Which I had tried on Tethered last year, and I felt like that one was just good, but the fucking name of it is just I can't remember.
There was another one there.
It was like REMEI. It was a different one. It was nice. The Tethered one, it's basically the same fucking thing.
yeah.
I mean, the Tethered one's got the cool like pouches that kind of attach to it, so that's pretty cool. But I mean, that X-Op is going to do the job for me. I think eventually I'm going to want to upgrade because it's like a cheap harness compared to a nice harness. Like a nice harness, it's just better. It's more comfortable. It's less shit to fuck with, and it's kind of the same deal with a saddle. Like the X-Op is like a cheaper version. It's cool. It does the job. But like, am I pressed to buy a nice new saddle right away? No, that one's gonna do just fine for me, at least for the time being.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Cause you know how I am. I'll fucking splurge out and buy a fucking brand new saddle.
Yeah, one day you'll tell me you don't have any money, and the next day you got a brand new bow. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So we'll get there. But there was a lot of cool vendors there, tents, way more than last year. Probably twice as many vendors.
Yeah, we said the same thing. We said like it probably doubled from vendors.
Yeah,
from last year.
Yeah, seen John Dudley there. He was like doing some like Q&A stuff. That was cool. Didn't really hang out there. I mean, it's like, all right, and I don't get that.
John Dudley.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
And if you're listening and you got his knock on tattoo on your foot, come to my house. I'm gonna fight you.
There goes 2 listeners.
God, you fucking cuck.
Yeah, I don't know about the brand tattooing.
Yeah, that's weird. That's like the dudes who get the Joe Rogan tattoo. It's like, look, I think Joe
Yeah.
Rogan's a great podcast, but like, I'm not gonna get him fucking tattooed on me, dude.
Yeah, it's strange.
You should get a tattoo of me. I'm posing right now in front of the camera.
There you go.
Screenshot
Get
that.
that tattoo of Runsky. You'll never get laid again.
Wrong. Your success rate will dramatically increase.
Shit.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at tomorrow? You fucking got the course mapped out over here.
Prime. Looks about double the length of Sitka.
Fatigue wise, that's another thing we can talk. Fucking that Sitka course, I feel great.
Hey, I feel great too. Compared to Yeti last year.
Definitely working down the mountain.
Yeah, I mean there was some uphill.
There was some
but
incline.
it was mainly downhill.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'm interested in see. The Prime has a little longer shots though, right?
I think so.
It's my understanding.
Yeah.
We shot some bombs on Sitka. The longest one was a 116-yard stag, which I fucking pinwheeled that
Best shot of the
motherfucker,
day.
dude.
Best shot of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a guy I talked to at the practice range, because I'm talking to everybody there, man. And that's what's cool about like Total Archery Challenge. Everybody there does the same shit. You know what I mean? You're all fucking. It's just it's not often, because what we do is to be like a diehard bow hunter is kind of a uncommon thing. So it's hard to like find a lot of guys that relate to that. And it's just cool to be in a place where literally everybody around you is a fucking diehard bow hunter.
Yeah, you can spark up a conversation with anybody.
Yeah. So I was talking to a bunch of guys, but one guy I was talking to about Prime, he said there was a bison that was 27 yards.
Jeez.
So it's a long shot there. And then he said there was a pronghorn that was like 120. So there was a couple long shots on the Prime course that I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
But we'll be able to get out there with our 80 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Flat
somebody else.
trajectory.
well, I mean,
You're gonna have to guess at your yardage.
well, guess what?
I mean, so will we, but we'll still be
only
able
on
to
the
use the pin.
only on
But
the
guess what?
127.
But guess what? I'm a good guesser.
Are you? We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Stay tuned.
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pumped too, man.
I'm gonna prove. Hey,
It was a
all the listeners out there, you 70-pound shooters, I'm gonna do you right tomorrow. Okay?
We're gonna prove you're a bunch of losers.
You're in for a treat.
10 pounds light.
You're in for a treat.
But dude, today, like being there, being at the practice course, and like walking around the tents and stuff, like I was like, God, I want to be out there and fucking shooting on that course, man. And like you said, I was there for like 3 hours, just dicking off. Made me want to get out there. So now I'm even more excited for tomorrow.
God damn it, Ryan! You just had to get married, didn't you?
Yeah, congratulations to the Maitlands.
Yeah, congratulations.
It was a beautiful wedding. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. We had a great time. Went to my buddy Ryan's.
There's still time to annul.
It's not finalized.
You can still annul it.
It was a good time. But I drove from. That was something I said earlier about the beautiful state of Maryland. Like I drove across the whole state today, and
Yeah, literally.
6-hour drive. Yeah, literally, pretty much the whole state.
From the beach to the mountains.
Yeah, and it's so cool that Maryland has such a diverse landscape. You know, like I went from down where I was at for the wedding to where it's flat and it's beaches and fucking
Pine trees.
loblolly pines and stuff, to went through fucking Baltimore, the city, and all that stuff. The went over the Bay Bridge, so I got to go over the bay, which is beautiful.
Probably closer.
Yeah, and then to get out in Western Maryland to see the mountains and the rolling hills, it's just like, man, I love this state. It is beautiful, and there's everything you need right here. Yeah. But don't come here.
Don't fucking come here. The hunting sucks. Piss off.
Hunting's terrible.
Yeah, we were shooting with a third. We won't go into that guy. Or maybe we should. But anyway, he was...
Yeah, you had some fucking freaks.
He was a fucking weirdo.
Strange cat, huh?
Strange cat. But he was saying... We were talking like bag limits and shit. And he was saying how... He was like, yeah, a lot of the Pennsylvania hunters go down to Maryland. And I was like, yeah. Or we both said, tell him to fuck off.
Yeah. What did he say to that?
And he was like...
yeah, snickered. Yeah. Snickered at us.
Snicker at me, boy.
But,
motherfucker.
You know... I don't know if this is more of a personality trait or just a life lesson. When just, you know, try to be approachable and try to be cool when you're shooting with someone else.
Yeah.
So it was just John and I going to shoot this course. And there was a straggler behind us, a guy that was shooting alone. And he wanted to join in. Hey, not a problem. Join in, right? Be cool. Don't try to like assert dominance over the group you're shooting with. He immediately, on the first target on the course, is immediately asking our skill set. Where are you guys at? Like, who cares? We're out here to have fun and shoot targets, dude.
What do you mean?
Like,
what do you mean he asked you where you're
Are
at?
you an advanced shooter? Are you a beginner shooter? Or are you fucking kind of in between? Like, who cares?
Well, maybe he was just trying to...
No, we're out here having fun.
Well, I told him I was advanced, and then he, like, for the first 4 targets, he was like, oh, advanced, right? Advanced.
Like, that's
advanced.
Stop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wanted to punch him.
Because you were having troubles with your rangefinder.
Yeah, I was having trouble.
But we're out there having fun. Just it's not stop. It's not a competition.
I feel like if you're a solo, you should try to read the group and try to fall in line
That's what I'm getting
somehow.
at. If you're shooting with two guys you don't know.
Some people are just fucking weirdos, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not everybody's good with in a new social setting.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's a strange cat.
Not putting anybody down. But I think you're a strange cat if you go alone. Period.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Let's gauge the room. Would you do that?
I probably would.
Would you?
Especially if I was local. Okay. If I didn't have anybody that I knew that shot, I would still go.
But he did.
But how local do you have to be?
Like, I don't know, within 2 hours, I think.
Okay. Because he was about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I'm sure there's people who go by themselves, and I'm not trying to rag on you for it.
No, there's a lot of solos out there.
Yeah, I don't...
Just
if you love to shoot, man, it's a cool thing to do. If you don't have anybody go with you, well, it is what it is, you know.
But
What? I don't know, Rumsky.
just fucking
Don't be weird.
don't be weird about it.
It's just an odd cat.
Just shoot your shot.
There's odd cats out there.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's a risk you take when you do something like this. Is that a lot of times, especially now that we're getting more people that are coming to the TAC. Like this year, I think it almost doubled in size. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was at least 1,000 more people this year. I know that. So with that, you're going to have a lot of groups that end up getting combined and stuff like that, and you might end up getting shacked up with some people you don't necessarily really want to be shacked up with.
You can always tell people to fuck off, too.
Yeah, that works. It's a 2-letter word that fixes all that. No, dude. But at the same time, I mean, you try to shoot with the guy, try to have a good time. But at the end of the day, you're there for one reason. You know what I mean? So it's like that's just an afterthought, right?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of took some of my focus away, too.
Yeah. This guy's just irritating.
He was irritating.
Very irritating. It's enough about that fuck cloud, all right?
Yeah, what do you got to do?
We got stuck with the fucking ass cloud, all right?
On that one target, it was that
You can always talk about Josh and won't drop.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking
Okay,
that 100-yard goat like as soon as I shot, somebody threw their bag down. And like,
so you got it?
I shot as soon as I shot, somebody threw their bag down. And like you're listening for foam at that range, and like I couldn't even. I was like, did I fucking hit it or not? So I had to send another one. I was like,
and at that range, when you're over 100 yards, for those of you who've never shot over 100 yards, it's not an instant thud of foam when that fucking arrow hits. You're waiting a second for that fucking. You're waiting for that magic foam sound to fucking caress your ears. He took this shot. It was over 100 yards. As he fucking released his arrow, some guy threw his fucking bag down, standing next to him. It's like the little stuff, etiquette. Just fucking a little etiquette.
Yeah, it's almost like golf, where it's like, just kind of
is exactly.
And we always compare, and we had a couple golf comparisons to this. I don't know if people golf, whatever, fuck it if you know, whatever. But when you fire an arrow off at over 100 yards, you're waiting a second and a half for that fucking, you're waiting for that satisfaction of just foam. And as he fucking released his arrow, a second in, this guy fucking throws his fucking quiver down to the ground. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I don't know if I hit that. Somebody threw their bag down back there.
just the etiquette.
Yeah.
Etiquette. That's where this is all rooting back to. The guy fucking, the kid that got jacked up with us, the guy throwing his boat, like, just
there's some things, there's stuff that, you just don't do.
You don't want to be yakking in someone while they're fucking trying to focus on a target. Shit like that.
That's like on the practice range, and if you lost an arrow and everybody's back waiting for you, and you're up there looking, go shoot, and then when you go back up, you can look again.
Yeah, or maybe somebody will find it and just stick it in the ground where they found it.
But don't make everybody wait while you're looking for 15 fucking minutes for your arrow. Like, dude, everybody's trying to shoot. You gotta come down. You can go back up there, but let everybody shoot. Go back up and look after. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we lost arrows in the practice range like a bunch of fucking doofuses. But we looked as long as there was people up there. We kept looking. And once everybody started walking down, we did the same thing.
Yeah, you come on down.
Yeah.
I lost one too. I made a stupid mistake. I ranged. So there's two deer there, and they're like kind of right behind each other. And
the 30 and the 50 yarder.
Yeah. And I thought it was 38. And I was shooting at the 61 one. And on your side, it was probably different. But it was 38 and 61. And so I had my pin on 38, and I shot at the 61. And my arrow went right underneath that motherfucker.
And you'd think on that hill, they'd just be sticking there.
Yeah, but I think with them 80 pounds, it buried that fucking arrow to the fletching. I couldn't find it.
I couldn't find mine either.
Yep.
What do you got to do?
I shot 70, couldn't find mine either.
Yeah, there was I was shooting good on the practice course, so I'm pumped for tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Pumped to try that caribou too.
Yeah.
Apparently they got like 10 entries.
Not many.
I feel like they had
Doesn't
more
feel like
last
many
year.
to me.
No.
10's not many.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, if you get 10 at every tack, that's 90 entries. So
it's not many.
About par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
they moved it around this year too.
what do you mean? Oh, the caribou's in a different spot. Yeah. But it's about the same elevation and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just on the opposite side of the practice range. Yeah, last year was on the far right. This year it's on the far left.
Yeah. I'm fucking pumped. Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so that's our plan. We're going to go there first thing in the morning.
Wake up with a fucking butt crack of dawn.
Shoot the caribou, and then go shoot, what is the course?
Prime.
I can actually hear that in the microphone.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You could have closed the door.
That's fucking great. Yeah, maybe close the door, Rutsky. You fucking piece of shit.
Just on the side of the bowl, maybe.
Welcome to the Beers and Deers podcast.
Hey.
Oh man, yeah, dude, I look forward to this every year. It is a lot of fun. I ran into Todd last year. He works with Bear Archery. I shot with him a little bit at the practice range. So that's cool. It's nice to run into people that you've seen here from the past years. Hey, you guys did too. You ran into some people.
I don't remember the guy's name. He said he checked out the podcast, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm bad with names too, so it is what it is. He probably doesn't remember your name either.
Oh God, no. Well, I mean, if you listen to the podcast enough, he fucking would.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty unforgettable.
Dude, it's a problem when you got to dry the tip of your penis after taking a piss.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were about 4 feet away.
Yeah, it sounded like you were
I don't
real
like,
far.
I don't like toilet water on the tip of my penis, but, you know,
So
It's the struggle. It's real. Struggle's real.
Pissing on his knees.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the number one gripe you would say with today's?
Transportation?
You think that was number one?
Number one. Having to wait, over an hour?
No, it was 40 minutes.
Oh, an hour to fucking get a bus ride back to the base camp.
So explain that.
So was sick of today, and with Prime tomorrow, you have to take a ski lift up. You have to walk a little ways to the start of the course, and then once you finish, you have to wait for a shuttle, which is a school bus, back to the ski lodge. And
Is it a short bus?
Yes.
it's
So you guys felt right.
you're always in the back of the bus on a short bus, but you have to sit there and you have to wait. And we waited. Well, we couldn't get on the first one, and I was like, "Oh, I'll be back in like 15 minutes." Wrong. 40 minutes later.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Like you just walked for fucking 5.5 hours, shot your bow, and you just want to go.
Yeah.
And it took forever. And it probably wouldn't have taken so long. There was a lot of bottlenecks where groups of 3 just kind of joined up and they just do their fucking thing, which was kind of frustrating too. We were saying they need like a course marshal.
Absolutely, without question.
Speed it up, fellas.
100% need someone out there verifying that people are taking the appropriate amount of time to fucking shoot their targets, and that we don't have any wonky business going on with these fucking groups. Yeah. Because you get a lot of threesomes joining up into these super groups, shooting. So, what? We had a 20-minute wait on one of the targets.
I think it was longer than that, about a half hour.
Yeah. Really? So you got you got 2 threesomes joining up into a super group of 6 people. Yeah, you're gonna wait.
Yeah. So what do you think they could do? Like, because you've got people shooting throughout the whole course. What are you gonna have a guy like just cruising back and forth?
Just cruise. Over? Just cruise. You're gonna be up. You'll be able to identify like the group of 6 was like crazy. Like that was nuts. It completely choked the course.
I mean, like there's got to be a fine line too. Like you got to give people their freedom. You know, like I don't know.
I'm not saying you tell people to take their shots. I'm not saying you just monitor group sizes.
Yeah, there's
pace. When you see a bottle, there's a reason there's a bottleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. All in all, it's great, but
I think that's if as long as you're just actively like you're shooting, like don't be up there dicking off and talking to your buddies and shit when you got people behind you.
But you got them guys that love looking for that arrow.
Yeah.
Love looking for that arrow.
It seemed like it speeded up after that shot, though. I think that was just a bottleneck shot.
No, I think those guys started skipping. All shooting at the same time.
That's probably true, too.
Mm-hmm.
But you get those guys that just love looking for that arrow, man.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them. It's
or
$20.
Or they love looking for other people's arrows.
Yeah, we found a guy, or we talked to a guy who found an arrow, and we've preached this episode after episode after episode. Found an arrow, and he was shooting with it on the course. Don't do that.
How good are you going to shoot with that fucking thing? I mean,
not even that, but you don't know what that fucking thing's been through.
No. Yeah, I seen a guy on the practice course. He shot arrow, and I think it was his arrow.
Yeah.
But his nock was apparently broke, and when he shot, the arrow popped out, hit him in the arm, and the remainder of his nock shot off and hit him in the ear.
Jesus.
So his ear was all fucking red and lit up. His arm was scratched up from the arrow. And his bow sounded like it was dry fired.
Nice.
And the string did a full rotation.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So we had another hand release incident.
Yeah, apparently that's not a rarity. Somebody
just loves happening around me.
Somebody drew back and just let their release go. God.
I think that started the bottleneck.
Yeah.
They were looking for
that was actually on the course.
Yeah. It was like target like 5 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's odd. I don't understand that. Like, why would you just starting with a release try that at the archery challenge? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe, I mean, shit happens. I guess it could just slip, but usually if you've shot a release for a while, you're not going to do that.
A lot of people have nerves on those courses.
Yeah.
Like homeboy that was shooting with us, he was like, "Man, I'm fucking shaking like a leaf. Are you shaking?" I'm like, "Nah, I feel fine."
Nah.
Why are you shaking?
Yeah, I guess he was just nervous.
Like, what he kept saying, it feels like I've had 10 Mountain Dews. I'm like, what?
Yeah. He was nervous about losing an arrow and feeling
How about
humiliation.
his fucking
cares?
sketchy fucking release shot?
Oh yeah, Jesus! Like
Scared the fuck out of me.
target like 19, he drew all the way back and he got to just about his anchor and his arrow just went out of nowhere.
And he was like,
Was he shooting a hinge?
No, shooting a finger button like
oh yeah, it was a finger.
wristy. Yeah.
yeah.
He was like, I don't know what happened. Like,
Dude, you fucking had your finger wrapped around your goddamn trigger when you were drawing back.
Yeah.
exploded his arrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, dude, you gotta be careful where you're drawing and shit on there. 'Cause you fuck around and shoot somebody.
Yeah, glance off a rock and kill a guy.
That's another thing we noticed this year. You had to sign a liability waiver.
Yeah.
We don't remember doing that last year.
Nope.
Maybe we did, but
No, we didn't.
don't remember
We
it.
did not. I don't
sure?
sign documents without remembering my signature on them.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're the only one.
Well, I actually read the document before I signed it. Seth and John
I just signed it.
just
I just
signed
signed
it,
the
but
document.
I actually read it.
Tack Rob said sign it, name and date.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it was all safety related.
Yeah, that's
Helmet. They actually recommend a helmet. You wear a helmet shooting a
What?
total archery. You guys, you read your documents.
Nah.
Read your documents. Yeah, the Total
Well,
Archery Challenge recommends you wearing a helmet
that
shooting
worked,
their course.
That worked out great for you. You always wear a helmet.
Yeah, it's hard as a rock. But yeah, read your fucking documents, people.
Absolutely not. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's certain. I get what you're saying. Like, if I'm fucking,
being
if I'm signing for a mortgage, I'm reading my
Yeah,
fucking.
I got you.
documents.
But I did glance it.
I didn't read
Yeah.
any of those fucking
I
documents.
did. I
signed on mortgage.
definitely glanced it before signing it.
Yeah, no, it's good practice. And I thought that was interesting. It makes me wonder if somebody got injured.
Most definitely,
sued.
100%.
And sued.
Someone got sued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually what causes things like that.
I talked that with you.
Yep. Somebody got up there and sprained their ankle.
Or yeah, sprained their ankle.
I'm suing you, motherfuckers.
Right. How long has tack been going on? I don't even know.
I don't think
A
it's
couple
been that
years,
long.
right?
Maybe 10 years.
So I can't believe they don't have they haven't had a waiver form before now.
Yeah, I mean that would have been like one of the first things I thought of.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and me, if I was running the Total Archery Challenge, I'd be like, yeah, these guys got to sign a consent form.
I would have
hell
found
yeah.
a lawyer ASAP.
You're bound to have injuries. And it's I wouldn't be surprised if people
And
get
another,
shot.
and another thing new this year was the medical number they provided,
Emergency number.
emergency number. So
They-
that tells you
They
right
might
there.
have done that last year.
They didn't.
Nah,
You guys,
I don't think they did that.
they did
last
not do
year.
that
No.
last year.
They gave you guys a number to call.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
it's
gave
right,
us a
it's right on the
number.
scorecard.
Yep.
Really?
So, yeah, something happened. Something wonky.
Yeah, I bet somebody got shot.
I can't believe we didn't hear about that.
I know.
You're not gonna hear about
I'd
it.
love to know
You're
who
not
fucking
gonna
got
know.
shot.
You're not gonna know who got shot.
Hold on. Here's another thing. You guys seen somebody with a crossbow?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
He seemed perfectly able-bodied, and he had a 10-point crossbow.
But let me tell you something about that crossbow. That crossbow was causing some buzz amongst the fucking crowd.
Yeah, everyone was like, what,
Everyone
crossbow?
was talking about that guy with the crossbow.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
And we laid eyes on it. He was right in front of us.
Strange. I didn't think that was even allowed.
I don't either. I wonder if he snuck that in.
I don't think so.
How do you sneak that?
How do you
in?
sneak that in? The guy's checking you at the fucking lift.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that crossbows weren't allowed. I remember seeing that on the website or something
Well-
like that. And it makes me wonder, like, did he get a waiver? But if you guys are saying he seemed perfectly healthy, it's just odd. I don't know.
I mean, he was getting on a lift to shoot either Sika or Prime.
Those are some pretty serious courses.
Yeah,
So,
so-
in my opinion, if you can walk them, you're pretty physically able.
Yeah, but maybe you had a shoulder injury.
Well,
Well, shoot lefty.
or crank your pounders down.
That too.
Yeah. Who knows? It's interesting. I'd love to know. I might have to ask Tack Rob.
But we were talking like, I feel like that, in my opinion, I feel like that would be harder to keep steady.
Yeah, to me. See, I'm in the same boat as you. I haven't shot a crossbow very much, very little, really. But I feel like
free-handed rifles and shotguns.
yeah, and I know that's difficult. Like if I'm shooting a rifle, especially longer ranges, I want to have something to steady against, like a tree, or I want to get down on one knee.
But that's possible at the fucking DAC.
Yeah.
We didn't watch this guy shoot.
No. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could. You could at least get down on one knee and put your elbow on your knee and stuff like that. But it's just kind of like, it's just odd.
Yeah.
It was odd. It threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
It looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone that goes to this Total Archery Challenge, they take pride in shooting the compound, man.
Yeah, I mean everybody's
And you should.
It's a compound shooter.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that were shooting pretty good at the Caribou this year. I mean, I was over there a little bit and watching, and there was a couple guys over there that were shooting pretty damn good.
Well, we'll be there at the fucking ass crack of dawn.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you fellas about ready to wrap this thing up? We got.
Fuck yeah, I'm sleepy.
I'm beat. I ain't got no beers, so
I
it's
got
like,
shitty wings in my belly. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah. I'm gonna go fucking blow JFK's head open on that toilet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll get this thing uploaded ASAP, and stay tuned because we got one more day at the Total Archery Challenge.
Yes, we do.
We'll fill you in. Appreciate you.
See ya.